What's up, y'all? It's just Rhonda. Welcome to my channel where we come over here and we fumble and bumble until we figure out how to work the internet and things like that. What's up, El Cid? Well, welcome to the chat. We're just over here for a little timeline chat. And, I thought I would come over here today and get into some things that I have been seeing on my timeline, because that's what I do over here. What day is it? It's Thursday. Um, yeah, it's a little early. I'm here a little early. Normally I'm here around 7. Today I came over here around, 5-ish because I have some things I want to talk about. Project Runway definitely starts tonight, so I wanted to go ahead and, get this live done before Project Runway starts. But just a little chit chat about things that are going on in the timeline. Y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll get into, the gossip and things of that nature. I sound like Martell Holt, things of that nature. I'm going to have to take that out of my vocabulary because the last thing I want to be doing over here is sounding like Martell Holt. So before we get into the Project Runway of it all, let's get into, a little gossip. I'm going to start here and then we'll move on to the timeline. So do y'all remember these ladies from the Never Ever Mets? We got Kiki down here in the front. We got Tatiana. She's the one with the earrings. And we got Jay. So they came over to the Never Ever Mets. This is just for y'all who never ever met them before. We're going to meet them right quick now. So they came to the Never Ever Mets in order to meet these men that they had never met before online. We're going to bring it from online to real life. And they got over there and nothing really worked out. Tati's gentleman was over here with various baby mamas, and he was a lying liar who lies. So Tati has become very familiar with lying liars who lie. Jay, she was lying too. She was over here pretending like her and her man Cinco were very much in sync and in love and, very much moving on to their happily ever after, only to find out that was all a big sham that she came online to tell us all about. But, the show is over and we don't care. Kiki was another lying liar who lied. So I don't know why we wanted to trust Kiki, but that's what we did. These ladies bonded over this experience over on this reality show. They decided they were going to have, the Houston trip. The Houston trip ran awry, so I figure I will go ahead and talk about it a little bit. These three ladies decided that they were going to, have a podcast together after this whole experience was over. And I was like, a podcast about what? We come over here to YouTube and we chit chat about different things, that whatever floats our boat, whatever shows we watch, whatever topics it is that we want to cover. So, podcasts are a little different to me. I feel like a podcast should be interesting conversation with interesting people. And I'm not saying they weren't going to have that, but that's not what it seemed like. It seemed like they was doing a lot of venting about things that happened on their show. That was their podcast. I don't ever think really they didn't start it. They had the, YouTube channel set up, but the podcast wasn't really podcasting. It was just, like I said, a bunch of venting about the experiences. Everybody want to tell their side. So, yeah, I don't think the podcast is going to happen, y'all, because the ladies have fallen out. And, Tati is talking about it. So we're going to talk about it too. Put a pin in it, though, because when I was over here, let me share the screen. And God bless me when I share the screen, because this is where things generally go bad. But, that's not going to stop me from doing what I do. But before we get into the Never Ever Mets of it all, I wanted to get into this. 2 hots in a cot. No, it was 2 sugars in 1 shot. But I think one of the sugars is gone. So, anyway, I want to talk about this guy first, though.
Right now. Because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency. So for my loyal supporters out there, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifatunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal. Dr. Umar has access to no money, right? Never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I've only asked you to donate to the FDMG Academy for Boys. I don't have any sons. I have 2 daughters. So the FDMG campaign is a selfless project, mission, and service to provide our boys with the education that they deserve. Never asked the people for $1.
Whose doctor is this? Is this y'all's doctor? I'm so confused. Nick Cannon, your friend over here is in financial distress. This is the kind of stuff that scammers do. You know what I'm saying? He needs to when I say you, I mean all you red pill, blue pill, Mickey Flickies out there that support this guy, because I do not. I think he's a fool. He looked like a fool. I don't know where his bank account went, but what happened to his wardrobe? What is he wearing? And do Queen Amafunde or whatever he said, do she work? What is happening? Why don't y'all have regular bank accounts? You call yourself a doctor. A doctor of what? Now he wants the community to come pay his bills because some ex-girlfriend child has access to his bank account. What? He sends it to his Cash App, doctor? The reason why I brought him up, because I saw this a couple of days ago, and I was like, first of all, this right here is y'all's king. You know, this is what y'all do over here with, Dr. Umar, and the community activists. His ex-girlfriend hacked his personal accounts. Child, where is Queen Umadunde? Is that his wife? How long have they been together? He's over here saying that he needs us, the public, the community, to send money to him and Queen Umadunde. But where did this ex-girlfriend come from? Where did she get access to his accounts and things? Anyway, y'all, scammers be scamming. And I bring that up because apparently Kiki was over here scamming the 2 shots, 2 sugars in 1 shot. One of the sugars is a little bit shady. So Tati wanted to, come over here and talk about it.
I've been posted is that there's going to be people that, oh, you didn't have to bring this to the internet. Why you bring this to the internet? The reason why I brought it to the internet is because this girl has no intentions on paying me back. You want to know how I know for certain now? She didn't pay the last girls back. She had this trip planned with that girl since March. She left them high and dry and never paid her portion. Her and her other friends had to pay an extra $200 for her fucking portion because she never followed through. Kiki is not a dependable person, and she lies and she manipulates by having a sob story. She did the same thing to me. And this is not even the first time. So there's so many other things I could have said because this is the second trip I went on with her. So while y'all defending her, I've actually been around her more than you guys, and now it's finally clicking that no, this is not. I used to feel bad for her too. I used to feel like giving her the benefit of the doubt, and she just might be going through this, that, and the third.
I'm gonna pause it for a second. Was y'all giving Kiki the benefit of the doubt? Because I was not. I was definitely not giving her the benefit of the doubt. I think Kiki, like I said when I was reviewing the show, be using her cuteness and that voice to get away with things. And it worked on not just the man that she brought over there to scam, but it works on these 2 ladies too. Y'all met a house full of liars who lie and let them, I don't know, what do they call it? Invade. Let her invade your peaceful space. Now you over here. I'm not going to call it a crash out. I mean, it is what it is, girl. But she brought it over to us so we can, know what kind of, what do they call it? Yelp reviews. She putting out the Yelp reviews on friendship with Kiki. Be careful.
High and dry. And then she told us she told us that she had found a replacement for her. She said, I sent them 2 girls to take my place. So I don't know why they're mad because I made sure that they had the money or whatever. She lied about that. The girl told me that no, she did not. She just stopped replying, just like she stopped replying in our group chat. And I gave her grace. I gave her a day. When she got back, the whole thing was she kept saying, oh, on Monday, I promise I got you on Monday. Really, on Saturday, she had lied and said, oh, yeah, they had told me on the phone already that in the hour, my money's going to be good and everything on me untied. I gave her the benefit of the doubt because this person was supposed to be my friend. Then it was like, oh, Monday, as soon as I get there, I let her have her whole.
I got to pause it one more time. This girl was supposed to be her friend. I guess y'all just met each other. Y'all be throwing that friend thing around so darn fast. Kiki, she is a girls' trips nightmare, and we 30 now. We not 22, where we down to the Holiday Inn with 7 girls trying to, be doing spring break and things. We are 30 plus. Some of us with kids. We don't need to bring Kiki on the vacation if she ain't got her coins together. Kiki, she riding around. There's text messages. I'm not going to bring up the text messages because apparently Tati reached out to her other girlfriends that she did the same thing to. So, yeah, this is not your friend, girl.
Oh, fucking day. She said, oh, yeah, I'm on my lunch break. I'm going to the bank. You'll have your money soon. No money ever came through. I didn't press her. She didn't say nothing. Next day comes, she was not going to say anything. The only reason why she didn't even say nothing in the group chat, period, yesterday. Jay had to ask her, like, are you good? Like, are you going to send the money? Because she owes Jay money too. She hasn't sent Jay no money. She didn't have no intentions. So the only reason why she even called me back is because I hit Brendan up and I asked, have you talked to Kiki? And I know that he asked her and told her either they're together or he told her that I called. And then she finally called me back because I tried to call her as well. She ignored my call. She knows why I'm calling. All of this could have been avoided because if you read my first message, you will see that I said it's all about communication. I told her on the phone, oh, it's all about communication. It's the fact that you never said nothing. You just be dropping out the group chat and then you just be living your married life. And you're fine not giving me no communications about the money that you owe me. The same thing she did to the girls before that she did not pay. She was never going to pay me. Talking about some, it's only been a day. She had no intentions on paying me. And if she did, she would be in full communication. She's a scammer and she's a liar. And the moment that you try to call her out on anything, she'll come up with some story about why her life is so hard and what she's going through. She's done it to me multiple times. See, I was very aware before I even posted this.
She's done it multiple times. Multiple times you let Kiki, in the short amount of time that you've known her, scam you? Why? I don't understand. I don't understand why, first of all, if I ain't got no money, I don't want to go. Y'all can go on a girls' trip. It's fine. I'm not going to feel no type of way. But what I'm going to feel if y'all are financing my trip is uncomfortable. I'm not having a good time because I ain't got no money to be here. Now I owe y'all money. Unless you're a scammer type, and apparently that's the type of person she is. So why was it so important for Kiki to be on this trip? You and Jay could have went, you know what I'm saying? At this point, the show is over. Whatever it is y'all podcast was supposed to be, it should have been already. Y'all had plenty of time to discuss this before the show even aired. So like I said, haven't seen anything but crash outs. And this is, somewhat of a crash out, if you ask me.
And then we're on our way to go and get Kiki because she talked about how she doesn't want to stay there long. And we're asking her, I'm like, are you sure, Kiki? Like, if you're having fun, just let us know. We'll leave you there. We'll let you do your thing. And then we can just pick you up before we go to our plans later. Like, have a good time. And she keeps on insisting, like, no, don't worry about it. Like, I want you to come and get me now. Like, literally, as soon as you get Jay, come back and get me. So we come to pick her up. Mind you, Jay, her flight got delayed about 30, 45 minutes. So she's in a rush. She's like, okay, I want to get my makeup done. I want to get dressed and stuff so she could be ready for the night because we have reservations for stuff. We already had set plans that were in the group chat and we knew exactly where we were going. So we finally get back to pick up Kiki. And what does she do? She knows that we're on the way. We're literally texting her the whole time, like, okay, I just picked her up. We'll be there in X amount of minutes, yada, yada, yada. We get there. We're sitting outside calling Kiki. She's not picking up the phone. She does this all the time. I really believe she just be sitting there looking at her phone ring and just be like on some, like, she doesn't care. She's very inconsiderate.
That's it. I've heard enough. We know she inconsiderate. So you mean to tell me that y'all financed her trip, chauffeured her around, she made y'all wait for things. You know, there was a part on here. Let me go ahead and play it because there was a part I wanted to.
Repeatedly does things where it's clear that she doesn't care about other people's finances, other people's time. Like, she's draining as hell. So basically we're calling her, and Jay's just like, now she knows, like, I need to get my makeup done. She was like, should I just go and get her? I'm like, yeah, I think you should, because otherwise we could have been sitting out there God knows how long, 30 minutes, an hour. Like, girl, why are you trying to have us sitting here waiting on you? Knowing we could have went to the hotel and Jay could have got ready and then we could have came back and got you. Like, it's just these small inconsiderate things that she keeps doing. So finally she come out and she had an attitude because Jay went to go and get her. I know she had an attitude because she had made a remark under her breath, like, she really came in there and got me like she my mama or something. Like, girl, what did you expect us to just sit there and wait on you? Like, you just didn't care that somebody else, you didn't care about the other two people on the trip. Like, we don't want to be sitting in the car the whole time. We have plans. Like, you already know this. You had your fun. We dropped you off at the pool party. You could have easily stayed if you was having that much fun. All you had to do was communicate. She doesn't communicate. That's the thing. So it's like, okay, we're all there. We finally get back to the hotel. And basically from there, like, we're going to do a live, but just know she was acting like she didn't have no money for anything. But then when it came to something small, she would get it. So it's just like, all right, you said your card wasn't working, right? And you don't have no access to funds. She said, oh, I only have $16 on my DoorDash card. I only have $16 on my DoorDash card. So mind you, when we got Jay, after we got ready, we went to go get some food, right?
That's it. That's all I wanted y'all to hear. So she came there to Houston, partied with other people that y'all paid, chauffeured her there, picked her up. Now y'all going out and she only has $16 on her DoorDash card. What about this doesn't sound like scamming? Come on. In this day and age, there's, your bank card, you can use your phone. How come you don't have access? I've never been anywhere without any access to not my bank, my cards, my something. And now my kids got me putting money on Cash App just in case I'm somewhere without, you know what I'm saying? So just use some gas money or something. I'm not, without some access to something. She's all the way in Houston. Child, yeah, she got chauffeured and sponsored. Darn sure did. And I'm taking you to somebody else's party. So y'all had plans to do what? It seems like Kiki never planned on hanging out with y'all anyway. So, I mean, I guess there's no longer any sugar in any shots. Moral to that story is, I'm going to say two things. Tati, we don't care. That's the first thing. I'm only covering it because y'all jumped into, we're going to have a podcast and not 25 minutes later, it's a wrap with Kiki, who lied right in front of y'all's face, but y'all decided y'all wanted to make her, a third party to whatever this is that, it's probably never going to be. Trial and error on that. Be careful who you call friends. Just, take your time to get to know people so they can show you who they really are. I've gone on trips, many girl trips, and they've been fun as hell. You know what I'm saying? But nobody was over there acting like they didn't have access to their money. That sucks for you. Don't be that far away from home. Houston, Atlanta, that's far enough. Don't be that far away from home without any type of transportation. So there's that. Tati, you keep finding yourself in this place with these type of people. I feel like this is just my observation because I don't know any of these people, but from what I see, I feel like Tati has this light about her and people jump on her, coattails. to try to shine, as bright as she is. She's got this sweet spirit that gives people the benefit of the doubt. And, I guess you're going to have to stop doing that. Don't give anybody the benefit of the doubt. I don't know what's wrong with your radar, but if it don't feel right, then just kind of back up a little bit. Kiki flying around partying and things, on somebody else's dime. That's lame. And she's still talking to Brandon. After all that, she's still talking to Brandon. So I'm wondering if it's not something wrong with the both of them. Would have to be. Anyway, I only wanted to talk about that because I followed the show. And I'm like, look at this over here. Tati is in entertainment. I hope she finds her way into what she really wants to do and stop wasting time with whatever was. Y'all met, and now, it's over. Another show I covered was The Housewives. And Shamea is out here apologizing online. It's weird. So I wanted to, listen to this part of her apology. Oh, Shamea, her corny self. Here I go. This is the part where I mess it up. Let me try again.
Fake Judith Lieber bag, y'all, because she asked me how she was a liar. And
I want to back it up. Can I back it up? We might just have to listen to it twice.
Where are my receipts? Like, how am I a liar at reunion? I kept it light, I thought, by just talking about some materialistic crap. I'm like, oh, girl, you said you had a Judith Lieber bag. This is a Kira bag. I got one too. Hey, it was what it is. And like, that's fine, but you lied about something so simple. But I could have went a lot heavier. And if she keep on doing what she doing, I'm gonna have to go heavier, and I don't want to. I want to keep it cute because I be singing my gospel songs and playing my gospel music because I try to be that, but God ain't through with me yet, and I'm still at work. And if they keep pushing, then it's just gonna have to go there.
Is she for real? Is she for real? She's listening to her gospel music and playing her gospel songs, and that's supposed to do what? Help her keep pushing to what? This has happened after the reunion. So you came over here, Shamea, to say what exactly? It sounds like you're still threatening somebody.
I got going on. And for what? Can we all just get along? So that's that for Drew. I only brought up Drew's fake Judith Lieber bag, y'all, because she asked me how she was a liar. And where are my receipts? Like, how am I a liar at reunion? I kept it light, I thought, by just talking about some materialistic crap. I'm like, oh, girl, you said you had a Judith Lieber bag. This is a Kira bag. I got one too. Hey, it was what it is. And
the only problem with that is, Shamea, you came prepared with the bag. So she came over here the other day with this huge apology. She sat up there with her sappy, sour face talking about how, she was sorry to Drew. She was sorry to Portia and Phaedra. And if I hurt anybody, I'm so sorry. That was not my intention. And then she bringing up this bag again, which Judith Lieber herself at this point has come over and said, yes, this is my bag. So I don't know. Shamea is so corny. They said they're all coming back. So there's that. What do y'all think about, the Housewives and the cast, and everybody's coming back, like I said, at this point. So, I guess we'll see. I want Shamea to stop. At this point, I'm kind of not even really interested to see her do anything, but she'll be back. So we'll see. We'll see how that whole thing plays out. Project Runway starts tonight. That's really why I'm here. I wanted to give my opinion on the new contestants and the judges. Y'all, like the video. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to do that either. And if you're watching Project Runway, I'll put up the schedule. At this point, I don't have a day. I want to say Monday. Actually, yeah, Housewives is over. Roa is over. So Project Runway will be Monday, but I'll be posting the actual schedule because Ready to Love will be back tomorrow too. Busy, busy, busy. These weekends with Ready to Love and Love and Marriage Huntsville and now Project Runway, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Anyway, yay. I'm so excited. Project Runway is back. Heidi Klum is back. She's one of the judges. You know, Heidi is the Victoria's Secrets angel. She, you know, was on the back end of that supermodel wave that was going on in the 80s and, you know, into the 90s. And this is her show. Like, however many beautiful ladies they come over here to host the show, this is Heidi's show. So El Cid is going to be reviewing Project Runway also. I believe she says Saturday. So yeah, on Saturday, I want to see her take on the things and what the judges had to say and, you know, her opinions of the fashions. Who's the fave? Who's not the fave? Tim Gunn. Yeah. I mean, Tim's not there. And as much as I like Tim, I don't feel no ways about it. That's okay with me if Tim Gunn is not there. Heidi is there. She's been there from the beginning. Like I said, this is her show. Her and Tim had a little side gig at some point. I feel like it was during COVID because I know I watched another design show. Actually, it was good. It was good. But, you know, it's all over. Good things come to an end, I suppose. I'm glad she's back. You never know what to expect with Heidi on when it's time to judge people. Sometimes, you know, me and Heidi be right there on the same page. And then other times I'm like, Heidi, what the hell were you smoking before you came over here? So yeah, Heidi's back. We're glad about that. Nina Garcia is the day one judge. She's been holding it down this whole time that Heidi was gone. She's the editor-in-chief of Elle magazine. Making the Cut. That's the name of it. The show that they had together. It was good. I enjoyed it. You know what I'm saying? I love design competitions, so I watch all of them. But, you know, we started here at Project Runway. Nina. I feel like you can always count on Nina to give you a very direct opinion. She don't really fluff it up. You know what I'm saying? She lets you know exactly what it is. And she's very influential, being that she's the editor-in-chief at Elle magazine. So her opinion is very, very important as far as I'm concerned. La Roche. La Roche is the image architect. That's what they call him. He's a celebrity stylist. He styled Anya Taylor-Joy, Celine Dion, your girl Zendaya shuts down every runway. Every runway that you usually see her on, she's shutting it down. And apparently he feeds off of tears. And it seems like that's what he does. When you come across La Roche in the seat, we had the opportunity to see his very direct and unfiltered judging style over there on America's Next Top Model. So I don't expect anything less over here. If I was a contestant, I am going to be a contestant, but I ain't got to be critiqued by La Roche or Nina or Heidi. It's just going to be y'all. So be nice and be kind. Anyway, contestants, bring your thick skin because I don't think La Roche is coming over here to play. And Christian Siriano is back as the mentor to the designers. Like I said, I like Tim Gunn, but I also like watching the interaction between the contestants and Christian because he's been in their shoes and it's always fun in the workroom. And, you know, Christian is something different. So I'm looking forward to that. So let's get into the designers. Who got first? Madeline Mellifont. Bear with me. I have to pull up their bios and things. So, oh, look at theirs already there. Just so we can get to know a little bit about, you know, who these people are and where they come from and things of that nature. Oh, Martell, hold it again. Every time I do that, I want y'all to say Martell Hope, and then I'll stop saying it because he says it so much. Okay, Melody Mellifont. She's a vintage and period piece obsessed designer. Madeline grew up on Nantucket, always dreamt of being a fashion designer. Deeply inspired by the Renaissance period, her unique historical design style blends era-esque silhouettes with a modern twist. I'm gonna be honest over here. This don't really feel Renaissance to me. Not so much. I don't know what I'm looking at. It's very costumey. Like, would y'all wear any of this in real life? Madeline, I like what she has on. I'm just curious. Who is this girl? Who is this girl and where is she going? Wherever she's going somewhere I'm probably not going. So, I guess we'll see what Madeline has to offer us, when we get over here to the show later on this evening. Episodes 1 and 2 tonight. Ethan. What did they say about Ethan? Man, I hate ads and things. Come on. Ethan is from RuPaul's Drag Race, which I haven't watched in a very long time. But yeah, he's known as RuPaul's Drag Race legend. He's a legend, Utica Queen. I haven't watched it in a long time, but so a legend for me is, Bob. What is it? Bob the Drag Queen or whatever. I haven't watched it in a long time. Ethan is now bringing his fierce fusion of high fashion, avant-garde industry and theatrical storyline to Project Runway. He aims to bring drama, sophistication, and a touch of surrealism in everything he creates. I'm buying it. It seemed like it. I feel like, there's a space for everyone, and a lot of those people that come on Drag Race, a lot of those drag queens, their sewing skills are phenomenal. Some can't sew, but some are very good. And usually with the ones that are fierce and over the top and all of those things, don't have a problem finding creativity. They have more of a problem like editing down, but editing down is better than not having enough. Monet, yes. Did you see just recently, I can't remember her name, but one of the drag queens like back in that era passed away. Juicy. I can't remember. Anyway, I'm curious enough to see what Ethan is going to bring. I hope it's not this, though. I hope we don't get a bunch of drag queen clothes. I'm sure there will be challenges that require, his whole, over the top design. But I hope that's not, like, I want to see some fashion. He said avant-garde and all of that. So we'll see, Ethan. Antonio Estrada. Now, the only thing about Antonio is this is all him. He came over here and he decided to design his own self. So usually it's a hard time for them to find menswear designers. So I think that won't be a challenge this time. I think everybody wants to come in and, be a women's wear, make dresses and things. Oops. We talking about Antonio. What I'm seeing right here, it seems very 70s inspired, like Studio 54 back in the day kind of thing. I'm not sure what Antonio is giving. Some bootleg pants and some crop tops over here. That about it. Jesus Estrada. I don't think I read his bio, Antonio. Let me go back to Antonio real quick. Clearly they're brothers. After designing alongside his twins, so they designed together. So it's going to be interesting seeing like what they give separately, and you'll be able to see probably who gives the most in terms of direction when it comes to the designs, because some people are directors and some people are used to being directed. And I think when you're used to being directed, it can be a little challenging when it's time for you to be out on your own. Born in Mexico and raised in California, Antonio is a self-taught designer who's known for his bold, versatile designs that blend glamour with a touch of playful rebellion. I guess that's a cute way to put it. That's all I'm saying. It's cute or whatever. Then his brother over here. Project Runway season 7 alum. So Jesus was already here. He's back with his brother. So is he the one that's used to being under direction? Because he's been over here before. And I barely remember him. Barely remember him. I've seen a clip and I forgot it already. So born in Mexico and raised in California, Jesus is a charismatic designer known for vibrant queer designs that blend old Hollywood glamour with modern age. Is that what he's doing? I mean, they didn't really, between the two of them, they didn't have a lot of options. Old Hollywood glamour, I don't see it. Modern age, he's giving a little streetwear vibe. Yeah, at least he's got a little bit of, range, I'll put it. Because whatever his brother Antonio was doing was very much the same thing, different colors. What's his name? Yuhan Han. He's a streetwear designer. So I'm over here trying to read their bio. Originally from Xing, China, Yuchin Han is ambitious and authentic designer on a personal mission to empower others through his futuristic and enlightenment-focused designs. Wow, that's a mouthful. Often finding himself from sci-fi films, finding inspiration from sci-fi films, Yuchin is obsessed with aliens, fiercely owns who he is. Do this remind you of an alien, though? His bio doesn't match his design. That's what I think. This does not look like it doesn't give aliens to me. It definitely gives streetwear. I like it. And, I don't know. I feel something about it. There's a lot about it I like. There's a lot about it I'm confused about. It's giving street kid. At least I know where this person is going. Unlike your girl from Nantucket. I don't know where that girl was going, not to the Renaissance, but yeah, I don't know that it's giving alien, but I do like it. I think he's got a clear point of view. It's definitely interesting to look at. And so, yeah, I'll be glad to see, interested to see what else he has to offer. Just like the other guy from Drag Race. What was his name? You know who I'm talking about. He has a lot. He has a lot to offer in terms of design wise. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when Yukon is put Yuchin. I'm butchering his name, but I'll have it right by tonight. It'll be interesting to see how he fits in with the challenges. But like I said, it seems like he's got a lot of range and a lot of ideas. So yeah. Who's next? VJ Florizia. I'm just going to say VJ. Is a fearless designer and proud trans woman from the Philippines. VJ is known for her fiercely competitive and unapologetic personality, along with her aesthetic that combines modernity, wearability, and art. Modernity. I don't think I've ever said that word before. think VJ's designs are interesting. It looks like a fusion of menswear and women's wear. I think she definitely will be able to do both. Again, she's got some interesting shapes. These girls would have to be going somewhere to events, art events like the Met Gala and things. These ladies are going somewhere that fashion is being discussed. Art galleries and things. But like, again, I can see where her girl is going. This isn't like the kind of clothes that you wear every day. It's definitely works of art. So yeah, VJ, I'm here for it. I want to see more. Belania, Dali. Y'all get with these names, giving me a run for my money. Known for her fearless and feisty personality, Belania elevated streetwear designer is ready to put her signature pattern mixing and color blocking designs into the spotlight. Growing up on Long Island, Belania learned how to sew at the age of 13 and has since honed in impressive technical skills. So that means she's self-taught. That means she didn't go to school anywhere. First of all, these are the only two things I could find that she maybe probably designed, because she doesn't put a whole lot of focus on her designs on her page, on her Instagram. So it's very simple. It's not interesting. The pattern mixing is it's tricky. So I feel like she's gonna have a hard time just based on the designs, other designers' skills in terms of construction and design, and that everything that's in this picture, I've seen it before, and I've seen it like on a discount setting. Joan, see what I'm talking about? The technical skill is just so far advanced. Look at that jacket Joan has. Oh, she's definitely got a market. A vibrant and high energy designer from Queens, New York, Joan Madison brings optimism, creativity, and bling to everything she touches. Known for her big dramatic designs and theatrical style, she's ready to make her dreams come true. I feel like she definitely is, just based on what I'm looking at, is definitely one of the forerunners. Now, this right here, this gold outfit on the end, that's how you mix textures and patterns. This is my opinion. This piece in the middle is stunning. Yeah, I could see Cher wearing that. Both of them, the black number, I love all of it. I'm so excited to see what Joan is going to do over here. This is like my favorite space because, yes, on the discount rack. You know, when you go to the back of Marshall's and you see a dress for $10.99 and it's that little two-piece thing she had right there. There's no comparison. You have to admit that, El Cid. What Miss Delaney, what's her name? Belania and Joan, they're not even in the same, realm, none whatsoever. Yes, it's my professional opinion, and even though it doesn't matter anywhere, here it counts for something. Joan, I love. Looking forward to seeing more of what Joan has to offer, for sure. Who's next? Angelo Rosa. I feel like they got a lot of streetwear designers. A proud single dad and a passionate streetwear designer from Providence, Rhode Island, Angelo Rosa fuses his Dominican heritage with his New York grit. His designs blend luxury streetwear with bold, edgy details that reflect his creativity and resilience. I mean, skillfully as streetwear, I like it. It doesn't look like anything I haven't seen before. And And I think it'll be interesting to see how he's going to translate that when it gets to be like a red carpet look or a ball gown, when he has to do women's clothing, because they don't often get to do men. I mean, there's some men in there, but you got to be able to dress women too. So I guess we'll see. I'm not wowed by it. For the most part, like I said, it looks like something that I've seen before. Casey Black, Project Runway Season 19 alum and Houston, Texas native Casey Black returns and bringing her out of this world designs back to the runway. Casey is known for her hand-painted prints, gender fluid designs, and love for breaking traditions in the chicest way. Who wrote these bios? I feel like they're a lot. What did they say? Her out of this world designs? I guess. I don't feel like they're this much out of this worldly. I feel like she's somewhere stuck between strawberry shortcake and the junior department down at JCPenney's. If I'm being honest. This two-piece that she has on herself is dope. I would like to see that whole, ensemble put together. As far as the rest of that stuff, I don't know what in the Holly Hobby heaven is happening over here with Miss Casey. Casey came over there the last time she was here. I think it was season 19, and she had this ridiculous coat that she made that was poorly made, and she got sent home first. It seems like there's a couple people here though whose sewing skills might be lacking, more than hers were lacking then. So if she may have that going for her. Aside from that, I don't know. I don't see nothing special about what she got going on over here. So Casey, we got our eyes on you. I feel like she might make it, past the first round, but it's some stiff competition over here. And the streetwear designers their skills technically, based on what I'm seeing, is really, good. Alex Foxworth. What do we know about Alex? Alex is growing up in Greensboro, North Carolina, sharp and opinionated designer. Alex Foxworth is the juxtaposition of Southerner meets New York, inspired by her Japanese grandmother from Nagasaki. She incorporates traditional kimono techniques into timeless, mindful designs. The Asian designers are typically very intricate with their details. She's got some interesting shapes here. I always get a little bit concerned when there's always a bunch of crop tops and belly out things. Like, I definitely see the Asian inspiration. I'm looking at this black outfit. I'm not sure what the fit is supposed to be like. It's kind of hard to tell, but black is like that. So it's kind of hard to tell from a picture, what you're getting. But aside from that, am I wowed? I'm not wowed, but mostly because it's not my style, not because she's over here at the rack. There's definitely design there. I think it's very feminine. And again, the outfit that she has on, is really nice. So, and I know that when you're doing fashion show stuff from a designer's perspective, that's not, have people sewing for you and things of that nature. When you have to put together your own things, they're not always polished, but from what I'm seeing, I think, she's got an interesting, like I said, she's got a delicate aesthetic. And it's always cool, I think, when you can bring something from your heritage. Isn't it crazy how we don't have that? Not all of us. You've got the African designers, but I mean, for those of us that were born here in the United States, we don't always get that heritage. Our heritage is, my heritage is from the Motor City, child. So my inspirations are 70s afros and Black Power Fist. Who's next? This is another one I like. Joseph McCray. Between Joseph and Joan, I feel like, and maybe the Chinese designer, the streetwear designer. I'm not gonna sit up here and keep butchering these people's names. Joseph McCray, Charlotte, North Carolina native. Joseph McCray is a self-taught designer and electrical engineer known for his southern charm and sass. After leaving his 13-year job, Joseph is now betting on himself and bringing his bold, boundary-breaking designs to the runway. Talk about gamble on yourself. Electrical engineer, that means he knows some tricks that we don't necessarily know. When they have those challenges that require things that light up, I can see him having all types of LED lights going through things. I like his design. It's definitely a specific point of view. It's giving badass. It's also giving me a like 70s vibe and futuristic. I would love to see, hear more from him, what his inspirations are. But it's definitely interesting. I feel like if I'm going for my personal favorite, just based on what we have here, I'm going to say Joan McCray would be not McCray. I promise you after tonight, I'll have everybody's names. I'll know them. I know she's Joan. Did I take her off? No, Joan Madison. She's my favorite right now. But I like clothes that, I can see myself in, places and rooms that I feel like I would be in. So that's probably why I feel like she's one of my faves. And she grown. So how cool is it to be older and still, and I'm speaking from my own perspective too, but I'm over here and she's over there. Joseph's mismatched earrings in the photo is cute. Joseph has, like I said, a specific point of view. Wherever these people are, wherever his people are, they're very cool people. I like it. So I'm interested to see, who's going to be the standout. I like him too. Even though he's calling his inspiration alien, I don't feel like it's alien. I definitely feel like it's very street. And his technical skills are pretty impressive just based on what I see here. So, yeah, tonight at 8:00, I believe, Project Runway starts. And if you haven't heard it before, you can hear it now. At the end of every episode, I am going to spend the week entering my own designs in the challenge. So do I have something for y'all today? Probably. I guess you'll have to see after the show. In the meantime, y'all, like the video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll be back whenever I come back. Hopefully soon. Bye, y'all.